Today's scenario is scenario number 1, Destruction, from the 2015 scenario packet. You have a 12-inch by 6-inch zone in the center that can be controlled for 1 control point or dominated for 2 control points. Before you can do that, you have to destroy the enemy objective for 1 control point also. First to 5 control points wins, or caster assassination. Hey everybody, welcome to another War Machine Wednesday. I'm Lightem'up here. Today I've got a battle report between my forces of Skorne versus my buddy's forces of Retribution. I will be trying out a Makeda 2 list for the first time pretty much ever in my life. And he will be using his Dawnlord, Vyros 2 Griffin spam-ish list. Yeah, everyone knows it. So he actually has a unit of whatever their cav is called, and not so many Griffins, but he still brings a couple Griffins. So let's see how this one goes. Alright everyone, so I'll be running this list here with Makeda 2 for the first time against my buddy's Vyros spam, or Griffin spam. Basically, I am, as you can see, the time frame on this one's very short, so it's a very quick game. My first time running Makeda is a lot of things I didn't really realize about. I didn't know how to use leash really, and I didn't really do the road to war properly. So we're setting up everything. I'm putting my Throg out there, and I'm trying to see if I can get him to work, if I want him in my list or not. I don't know. You see you've got a full unit of Satrati at the bottom with Vorkesh. I really like having Vorkesh on him because of the spell barrier, and with Makeda, and I've got the Tycom in there. They can walk and threaten something like 11 inches, so that's really awesome. They can do shield wall for 11 inches and still be dangerous. Basically on this first turn, everything's just going to run up or walk up as needed. You'll see I actually had my Annihilators run before I put Makeda up there, so they did not get the benefit of Road to War, because like I said, I'm a bad player. And then some of my War Beasts like the Drake and the Cray are going to move up, or just the Drake, and then Makeda's going to go and actually cast Road to War, and then everything else is just going to run on up. And you'll see my Satrati aren't going to go into shield wall. I'm just running them, trying to get them as far forward as possible, and then run the Wheel Breaker over there. So on his turn, he's basically, he's got a Griffin spam, but he also has those Desters. He doesn't think he can get the Desters into range of my Satrati, but he also doesn't want to get them in range of charging. So his Dester Thane at the top took a couple shots at Throg and did a whole 1 point of damage to him. And then the Arcanists are going to go and they're going to do their power boosts to let the Jacks start running. Not their full distance. You see them just advancing, some of them, and a couple of them running a little bit further. Imperatus is going to walk up there on the hill, and he is going to shoot the Throg, and he is going to annihilate the Throg. So he didn't last very long. That's okay. And then his Desters at the bottom are going to run up and get onto the hill and spread out. With Vyros walking up and casting Synergy, of course, because Synergy is the worst spell in the game. Alright, so back onto my turn. I was looking at my list and I realized I did not give any way to give Karn Pathfinder in this list. So having him in the forest was a giant mistake, because instead of being able to send him to kill Imperatus or even kill the Vyros himself, he's stuck in that forest. So instead, you see Drake runs up, and then yeah, I'm going to spend some time trying to think of how I can get anything done here. I move Makeda up, cast Road to War again, so the Annihilators can get charges, and a couple of them are going to get to charge. on that one griffin at the top of the screen. And then the rest are just going to go and spread out, do a couple points of damage to the shield on the griffin, and then moving on to the standard bearer, and he's going to move into the forest. And then the Satrati are going to go and they're going to get charges, and they get a couple people charging, one Dester and one charge on Imperatus, and then a couple others just run to stay in formation. I threw away my Satrati way too quick. Normally running with shield wall units on a first turn is not a bad idea. I think had I shield wall up on the first turn though, I wouldn't have been tempted to charge, and I mean basically I threw my 11 point plus Vorkesh, so 14 point unit into the Desters, and I killed one Dester. And that's really all I did this entire turn. You see, everything else just moved up and whipped off the Fury. So that was not good. We'll see how that goes. You'll see his Griffins, a couple of them get focus from the Arcanist, and they just start hitting on Annihilators and building up synergy. You got a couple of his Griffins going into my Satrati there, or the one Griffin going into Satrati. Still building up synergy and is able to take out the Satrati, and then the reason he moved the Jack is because their spears were keeping him from going where he actually should have been. So, and then the next Griffin walks up and smacks another Satrati, gets this energy up even higher, kills him, and is in range to attack and kill my other Satrati. So you see my Satrati are just falling like pieces of paper. Another Griffin charges in with a boost from an Arcanist and does significant damage to Karn. So then Imperatus can go and he can charge Karn, and he basically just kills Karn. I mean, you're going to take a couple seconds here. I think it takes him 3 hits. Oh no, he killed Karn with his second initial, and then was able to sidestep into the Tycom and buy an attack to kill the Tycom, and then do massive damage to the Drake with his last attack. Ended up doing 16 points of damage to my Drake out of 19 hit points with just one swing. So that was nice, that was fun. See, another Griffin came up and smacked another Satrati, so I'm down to 2 Satrati and Vorkesh. So this game is quickly falling apart. This is one of those times when you played either the wrong list. I don't think I've played the wrong list. I just played a too many mistakes to make up for kind of list. You see his Dester Thane goes and shoots and misses. Then his Desters go and they're going to get charge orders. Or sorry, they're just going to get movement orders and walk up and shoot my Satratis. And they're just going to eliminate one, and then here's another one gone, and then Vorkesh is all that's left. So, back to my turn. The fire from Imperatus ends up killing the Drake, which is bad for me, because I was hoping the flank that the Kreia gets with the Drake would allow the Kreia to kill Imperatus, or at least seriously damage him, and instead, that won't be happening. I'm trying to see if there's anything that I can salvage at all from this battle. So you'll see my Annihilators going in, trying to get some damage onto Imperatus. Pretty much charging as many of them into him as I can get. The rest of them get charge orders into some Griffins. The objective for the one that can't go onto the Griffin. End up doing decent damage to Imperatus, but not being able to kill him. I go ahead and enrage the Kreia. You'll see the Kreia go in charge and ends up doing a little more damage to Imperatus. The Kreia actually managed to kill him, and then he Phoenix protocoled. So gets back like 17 or 18 hit points because of the Phoenix Protocol. And then after that, I've got Makeda left. So Makeda goes ahead and she's going to put up Engine of Destruction, and she's going to charge Imperatus with Engine of Destruction up, making her super solo caster. And then unfortunately, even though he only had like 16 or 17 hit points, it took 5 attacks to finish him off, which is way more than I was hoping. She gave a single Fury to the Agonizer, who you see him, I'm sorry, Vorkesh is going to go first, and Vorkesh is going to charge a Griffin because he's angry that all of his guys are dead. And he'll do a little bit to the Griffin, and then the Agonizer is going to go, and he's going to cry for no allocation and run up into that pocket of Griffins so that he can give no allocation within 4 inches. So that's good. He used that one Fury so that he could pop the cry, and then that's it. End of the turn there. Alright, so Vyros is going. He's upkeeps his synergy, of course. Gives a couple focus to one of his jacks that's on the outside of the Aggie's range, and then goes about building the synergy chain up. Gets it up to about 4 synergy here in a bit. And after he gets it to 4 synergy by wailing on my Annihilators, you'll see a couple of them making toughs, which is nice. It's a little cherry on top of your horrible, horrible play. The one Griffin goes up with +4 synergy, with +3 synergy and hurts the Aggie, and then the other one goes up with +4 synergy and kills the Aggie. And then the other Griffin there, the white one, I think it's a Griffin, hit Vorkesh and hurt him, and then Vyros charged Vorkesh, killed him, and quick worked into the Will Breaker, but ended up missing the Will Breaker. So at this point I'm left with not much. You'll see the Dester Thane charges, kills the Will Breaker with an impact attack, and hurts the Kreia with the impact attack. So I'm left with about a half a unit of Annihilators, Makeda, a really hurt Kreia, and a couple of Paingiver Beast Handlers. That's about it. So the Desters are going to charge in. They're going to get their charge attacks. One of them charges in on the Kreia and manages to do significant damage. And then the last Griffin goes up with +6 synergy, and he is going to kill Makeda on his second attack. So, victory to Retribution. Sorry about taking a week off for the videos. Had a lot of stuff come up with work and everything, so hopefully I can go back to the once a week thing here soon. There might be another, hopefully I can get a second video out really soon. That's going to be essentially like part 2 to this, because me and my buddy sat back down with 2 different lists and played Skorne vs Retribution again, and it turned out, well, I'll let you guys watch that video to see how it turned out, but it turned out differently. Not such a quick victory for either side. So let me know what you guys think. I know this was not my best game ever, but I still like Skorne, and I am recording this 2 days after the announce of the release of Mark III. So I wanted to just say, I'm cautiously optimistic about Mark III. We'll see. It's only April 13th right now. We've got about 2 months before we actually find out the rules. We'll see what happens. I'll keep doing battle reports so we'll see what happens, and then we'll go from there. So if you guys want me to hold off making battle reports until Mark III starts, let me know. If not, I plan on continuing to make them. I enjoy making them, and then please go ahead and like, comment, and subscribe, and let me know what you guys think. Alright, have a good one.